Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Bob from World 5 List. Now, from mind control to invisibility, here are 20 of the most bizarre animal superpowers that actually exist. Number 20, indestructibility. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if nothing could kill you? Well, the tardigrade, also known as the water bear, is virtually indestructible. It may only be a millimeter long, but it's the toughest organism on Earth. The water bear can actually survive temperatures as low as negative 328 degrees Fahrenheit and as high as 302 Fahrenheit. Not only that, they can also go without food or water for over a century, survive in outer space without any kind of special suit, high salinity, lack of oxygen, and radiation levels far beyond our imagination. It hardly seems fair that they get to be cute and have such a great superpower. Number 19, invisibility. Now, as it's been seen in comic books for years, the Cuttlefish has taken notice. More successful than a musician, the Cuttlefish is a shape-shifting and camouflage master of the ocean. They can blend in with almost anything aquatic and shapeshift to mimic its inspiration better for further disguise. But how exactly do they do it? Well, this sneaky little thing has sacs that contain pigment called chromatophores in their skin, which they can control, and in turn, it makes them change color. You pair that with a wide variety of postures, and you've got an invisibility master. Number 18, a face of steel. Now, you've heard of Superman, the Man of Steel, but this animal, well, should probably be his mascot. The elephant has a face of steel that can lift up to 1 ton only with their trunks. It's actually a mouth and nose that is boneless and therefore very flexible, making it able to grasp any appendage. Their trunk is actually a heck of a multi-tool as well, functioning as a fork, a snorkel, a hose, a finger, a poker, and it can even crack peanuts. But the real shocker here is that an elephant isn't the only one with a massively strong face. Because in fact, the trap-jaw ant can shut its jaws at over 100 miles per hour. The force exerted from their talent can launch them over 15 feet into the air. That would be like you biting into a carrot and being launched 100 feet away. Number 17, an iron stomach. Now, there are some times that I can think of when an iron stomach would be a great superpower to have. I mean, come on, college, anybody? Well, this animal superpower does belong to the spotted hyena, which can eat pretty much anything it wants, whether it's rotted or not. They can even eat anthrax-infected animals without ever getting sick. Their jaws crush bone, but there's one downside. Hyenas have to throw up the hooves, the hair, and the horns in little pellets because they simply can't digest them. At least they don't have to be picky, though. Number 16, no pain or cancer. Now, what if you lived in a world with little to no pain and cancer was eradicated? Well, that's what scientists are trying to do by using the naked mole rat genome. The naked mole rat is from East Africa and is a very peculiar animal. It's ugly, it's tiny, and it's almost blind, living in underground colonies like ants with a matriarch like bees. But why are they so special? Well, naked mole rats are almost completely resistant to pain and immune to cancer. They live 7 times longer than their mouse cousins and have never been observed to actually have cancer. Therefore, by studying the genome and manipulating its proteins, scientists do hope that one day everyone else can make use of the trait as well. Number 15, jumpers. But before I move on, if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed. I'd love to bring you more videos like this one in the future. The ability to jump high and far could have its advantages as a superpower. Well, in the animal kingdom, there are actually plenty of jumpers. The most superpowered is a flea. Yeah, those annoying little pests have a coil of energy protein that behaves like a spring in the thorax. The energy is then transferred down the legs and moves on to the toes for a compressing action that sends the flea a distance of 200 times its body length. There are other super jumpers as well. Kangaroo rats can jump 45 times their body length. Tree frogs, well, they spring 150 times their body length, and jumping spiders, oh gosh, just manage to make it about 100 times their body length. Now, I don't want to be anywhere close to a jumping spider. I mean, you probably don't either. Number 14, stealth. Now, when going into combat, stealth can make all the difference, and there are plenty of animals with stealthy superpowers. Some do it by not making a sound, like owls who can sneak up on a mouse without a noise, and scientists are using their techniques to work on large aircrafts. Isn't that cool? Another creature sneaks up on its prey by whispering its echolocation. The western barbastel bat remains invisible to the moths that it eats by pinging 10 to 100 times lower than usual, and that means that they can totally sneak up on their prey. Now, if just being quiet isn't good enough, some animals actually make themselves almost invisible, like the North American comb jelly. They chow down on zooplankton by using tiny hairs in their mouths that generate a current. That current then makes them hydrodynamically invisible to the zooplankton and leaves them to be suddenly devoured. Number 13, toxic blood. Now, eels have been a delicacy all over the world for centuries. You can even get them at your local sushi place. But did you know that their blood can actually kill you? What a superpower that is! Just a little bit of blood would totally take you or your enemy down. Their blood causes spasms that affect the heart, and the only way to neutralize it is by cooking it, which is why you'll never see raw eel on the menu. Number 12, live for 200 years. Now, what if you could live for 200 years? We'd probably all be out of natural resources, but wouldn't that be something to live that long? Well, that's actually the lifespan of the Aldabra giant tortoise. There was even a tortoise in India that was believed to be 255 years old. In addition to living its extraordinarily long life, these tortoises are the heaviest and largest ones to ever exist. Now, that's a great superpower as well. But what's even more crazy is the Benjamin Button power of the scarlet jellyfish. They can go to the ocean floor and then become a polyp, which is the infant state, and transition into an adult in about 2 months' time. One jellyfish can actually do that cycle up to 12 times. The scarlet jellyfish and the tortoise probably should be friends because they have a lot in common. Number 11, infrared vision. The pit viper has the uncanny ability to see its predator or prey like an infrared camera would. They have a pit organ, which has a membrane that can actually detect heat. It's located between the eye and nostril and allows the snake to see perfectly at night. Now, that's a true animal superpower. Number 10, super strength. Like Superman, the mantis shrimp has one heck of a punch. It's found in tropical waters, can see colors that we don't know exist, and not to mention the claw strike that they can do. In order to kill its prey, it takes its claws and strikes lightning fast, which creates a strike that's so powerful it can actually break aquarium glass. Now, remind me never to mess with a mantis shrimp. But stronger than that is actually the world's strongest insect, which is the horned dung beetle. It can pull more than 1,100 times its body weight, which would be like me trying to pull 6 double-decker buses that were loaded to the brim. No thanks, I'll stay on the couch. Number 9, regrowth. Now, we wouldn't need prosthetics if we could actually regrow limbs like the superpowered salamander can. It can regrow entire limbs. Its tail can even grow some parts of major organs. The crazy part, though, as if there were a more crazy part, it's actually a part of a salamander's immune system. The starfish can also do the same thing, regrowing any of its appendages. But how do they do it? I don't really know, but what I do know is that it's pretty awesome. Number 8, guns for hands. No, this is not the introduction to a 21 Pilots song. I'm talking about the aptly named pistol shrimp. It's always packing heat. That's because it has asymmetrical claws that can produce a loud snap extremely fast. In fact, its claws can fire a cavitation bubble as hot as the sun after being cocked like a gun. However, it is louder than a gun, coming in at 218 decibels. Which is louder than any 21 Pilots concert ever would be. Number 7. The power to liquefy. Sometimes I'm sure that we all want to melt into the cracks because we've had one of those embarrassing moments. Well, the sea cucumber can do just that. That's because they have collagen in their tissue, which means that they can go back and forth between being solid and liquid. But that's not all. They also have a secret weapon. Their guts can trap an attacker just by spilling out. In fact, they're so sticky that they become trapped. It is a disgusting yet powerful animal superpower. Number 6. Brain control. That's right, it may not be me or you, but the Toxoplasma gondii can control minds. This animal superpower is one that anyone would want and could take over the world with. But how do they do it? Well, since the Toxoplasma gondii can only reproduce in a cat's intestines, this single-celled parasite infects mice. When infected, the mice no longer are scared of cats. In fact, they'll almost become drawn to them. The real motive, though, is that the quicker the mouse gets eaten, the quicker the parasite can reproduce. These parasites may use brain control for a bit of evil, but with those facts in mind, who can really blame them? Number 5. What a shock! The electric eel, although popular, is not actually an eel at all. It's part of a knife fish family. So what's the history lesson with these slender fish? Well, it turns out they have a super cool superpower. They have current going through most of their body, and that produces a shock that's greater than 5 times the voltage of a regular United States power outlet. No wonder it's at the top of its food chain. Number 4. Incredible navigation. The sockeye salmon have an incredible sense of direction thanks to their ability to navigate by the Earth's magnetic field. Now, if we had this animal superpower, we wouldn't even need Google Maps. The salmon travel more than 2,500 miles just to get back to the same stream that they hatched out of. All that travel just to spawn. Can you believe that they have the location of certain magnetic fields that just guide them wherever they want to go? Number 3. Poisonous gas. Now, I would run as far away as possible if I ever came across a dragon millipede. Why, you ask? Well, I don't know. Mainly because they shoot a cloud of poisonous gas known as hydrogen cyanide. Not only do they have this line of defense, but they're also nastily scary, found in the wetlands of Laos, and are very understudied. So let's just say that you won't see me anywhere near that country anytime soon. Number 2. Walking up walls. Like a real-life Spider-Man, the gecko can walk up windows, walls, and fences. They do this by the interaction of the electrostatic forces between the atoms of the surface and thousands of tiny hairs that are found on the bottom of their feet. Now, wouldn't that come in handy during rush hour? Wouldn't you like to be Spider-Man? Number 1. The power of fear. Now, this last one is sure to have you freaked out. Not only because I'm using this voice, but because the hairy frog defends itself by breaking their own bones, pushing them through their skin to make claws. No worries though, the skin actually grows back, and I think that this is probably the most bizarre animal superpower. We envy you, tough little frog. Thanks for watching. Which animal superpower would you want? And which one did I miss? Let me know all about it in the comments below. Be sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time.